not a series, it's a group. So all these paintings were made in the last year for this show. Like half of them are 13 square inch, some of them are 20 square inch, some are 24, and then there's 32. So it's a series in that they have the same size panels. I worked the whole group together for about the full year, and then they sort of all happen at the same time. The title, Living in the Pink and Green, is actually a title that I came up with 20 years ago. And I never really was able to get past it when I started thinking about this group of paintings. Every single time I thought about the title, I would remember the title, the idea from 20 years ago, Living in the Pink and Green, and I was unable to think past that. So I think this is the perfect title for this show. And it's, you know, it's, I guess, symbolic of a lot of different ideas, but it's clearly the name for this show. It's like you couldn't think past it. When I start the group, I try to think of what the idea is, and it doesn't come easily. It takes a long time. I think maybe halfway through this process, maybe 6 months ago, I started with the idea of a surrealistic landscape. Now, a lot of the paint was already made, a lot of the work was done before the idea of what they are come into play. And it's only like kind of a working idea anyway. The last group, I called them topographical landscapes. But these are not topographical landscapes, these are surrealistic landscapes. Even though they're on square panels, which is not a landscape format. I felt really happy. I felt like people liked them, that they were like happy paintings, joyful paintings. I like it when painters talk to me about it, and you can tell there's just this dialogue. You know, Los Angeles in 2012 with all the painters that we're all this community, and it's like a tight-knit community, and there's a lot of love and respect that we share, and so there's just a lot of encouragement, is a good word. So I'm thankful for that. I guess if you were to say, am I trying to be whimsical or serious, I would pick whimsical as opposed, but I'm not necessarily trying to be whimsical. Maybe they just are. And I like that they look fun and maybe even easy, but they're not necessarily easy to make. It's a very difficult process where I'm like constantly trying to figure out what I'm doing and making my best guess and moving forward, only to find out that I was wrong and trying again. But I think that's the process. I don't think you're supposed to know. I think you're supposed to try to find out. There are moments where it's fun for sure. And I like looking at them, like when I walk in this room, it feels fun and I feel like that was good. And I get excited about the idea of doing it again